Hey friends, welcome to my channel Dental Edge. I'm Dr. Bhanachuk. I'm starting an exam series in which I'll be sharing important questions from complete course of dental anatomy. The purpose of this video is to help you identify important topics that have been asked in previous examination. This does not mean something else cannot be asked, but the probability of these topics to be asked is much more than the others. Now, many students ask that these topics are according to which university. So, these are important topics that a dental student should know and are asked by most universities. So, let's get started. But before that, if you're new to my channel and if you want to learn dental topics in a very simplified manner, do subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss anything. Now, I have divided the complete course in 3 parts, and the division of chapters is according to the book Wheeler's Dental Anatomy. Now, this is the standard book of dental anatomy. Most institutes recommend this book for dental anatomy. Most of you must be having it, and if you don't have it, I'm mentioning the link for the same below in the description box. You can check it out. Now, this is the part 1 of the series, and it will include 5 chapters. That is Introduction to Dental Anatomy, Development and Eruption of Teeth, Primary or Deciduous Teeth, Forensics, Comparative Anatomy, Geometries and Form and Function, Orofacial Complex Form and Function. So let's get started. So you can be asked what are mamelons. You can be asked this question in Viva, or you can be asked it as a part of a short note. Then you can be asked to define a cusp and give examples. Again, this can be also a Viva question and it can be a part of short note. Then ridge, you should know the definition of ridge, and you can be asked to enumerate the types of ridges, or you can be asked up to write about a particular ridge. For example, oblique ridge, what is a transverse ridge, what is a marginal ridge, what is a triangular ridge. So you should know this nicely, what is the definition of a ridge for Viva as well as write an examination, and you should know the names of different types of ridges, and you can be also asked to write about particular ridges. Then there can be a question that what are pit and fossa with examples, grooves with example, cingulum, you can be asked what is a cingulum, what is a tubercle, although not very commonly asked, but it can be asked in Viva, what is a tubercle. Then you can be asked to write about the elevation and depressions on crown, what are developmental lobes, dental formula for primary dentition as well as permanent dentition. You should know for both of them. Then you can be asked what are line angles with example, and you will have to tell what are the line angles on anterior teeth and what are the line angles present on the posterior teeth. Or you can be asked to enumerate line angles for a particular teeth. For example, you can be asked to write about line angles of a maxillary lateral incisor or any other tooth. So you should understand this topic nicely. Then you can be asked what are point angles, again with examples, what are the point angles present on anterior teeth and what are the point angle present on posterior teeth. You can be asked what are the types of dentition, nomenclature of teeth, triad. You can be asked what are triad and what are set triad, what are arch triad, what are class and what are type triads. Then one of the most important question is to write about tooth numbering system or notation of teeth. This can be a question in a theory examination, that write about tooth numbering system, which should include all the numbering systems, or you can be asked to write about a particular tooth numbering system. For example, FDI tooth numbering system and what are its advantages. Then Palmer tooth numbering system or Zsigmondy-Palmer tooth numbering system, or a universal tooth numbering system. Now, this is an extremely important topic which is usually asked to write in examination. Definitely there is going to be 1 or 2 Viva questions from tooth numbering system. For example, they can ask you what is the full form of FDI, or spell Zsigmondy, and what is the number of a particular tooth in FDI notation. Then for practical exam also, in practical exam you are given a particular tooth to identify. So for example, if you are identifying a permanent maxillary right central incisor, then you will have to write the FDI notation or the Palmer tooth numbering of the particular tooth. So this tooth numbering, you should know it very nicely. Then you can be asked chronology of permanent dentition. So for permanent tooth, you should know the complete chronology. For example, what is the first evidence of calcification, when is the enamel completed, then what is the time of eruption, and when is the root completed. Then you can sometimes be asked to write about the eruption sequence of permanent teeth and deciduous teeth. So for permanent teeth, we have already learned the complete chronology. For deciduous teeth, you should at least remember the eruption sequence. Then you can be asked to define sometimes in Viva what is eruption and what is shedding. Then you can be asked to write in examination what is the importance of deciduous dentition. Then there can be a common question to write about differences between primary and permanent dentition. Sometimes you can be asked to specifically write about the macroscopic or morphological differences between primary and permanent dentition. That is, when you see a tooth, then what are the gross differences? What are the macroscopic or morphologic differences? Then sometimes you can be asked to write particularly about the microscopic or histologic differences between primary and permanent dentition. That is, when you see a permanent or a primary tooth under a microscope, then what are the different features you will see, the differences between them. Then you can be asked to differentiate between deciduous and permanent canine. Then you can be asked to write about the morphological features of deciduous maxillary canine. And sometimes you can be asked to write about the occlusal surface of deciduous maxillary second molar. Then there can be a question in Viva as well as to write in examination what are embrasure or spillway space, what are interproximal spaces, what are contact points and its importance, and what are interproximal contact between teeth or contact areas. So friends, we are done with part 1 of the important topics of dental anatomy. Do check the part 2 and part 3 as well. Link for the same I'm mentioning below in the description box as well as are up on the screen. Also, if you have any suggestion or feedback, do let me know in the comment box. And friends, it takes lots of effort to make such videos. Your one like can give me lots of encouragement. So do like my video, subscribe to my channel and keep watching. Thank you.